Newspaper reading not only helps you in keeping yourself updated on current affairs, but it also helps you gain opinions on these matters. Along with that, it helps you in enhancing your language learning. If you read a newspaper every day, you increase your lexical, you add new words and phrases into your vocabulary of language learning. Welcome to Fluency Goals. I'm Mandeep. Today we are going to read an article from the Hindu newspaper, which is known for its advanced usage of words and phrases in English language. Now, as I read this article, I urge you that you read along in order to work on your English language pronunciation, and I'll explain the highlighted keywords and phrases which I feel they can add to your vocabulary, and also I'll explain you the usage of these words in real life everyday English. Let's quickly dive into the lesson. So the headline reads as Gusty India edges past New Zealand to claim ICC Champions Trophy. So gusty mainly means strong or sudden outburst of winds. So it's an adjective that can be used to describe the strong winds. But this adjective can also be used to describe the bold and brave act of a person. So here it is describing the brave and bold act of Team India. Let's use this word in some sentences. The hikers struggled against the gusty winds at the mountain peak. That means here the hikers struggled against the strong and very harsh winds when they were at the mountain peak. She made a gusty decision to quit her job and start her own business. Gusty decision. Here, gusty word is used to describe decision. That means it's a very brave and very bold decision. Remember to use it before a noun as an adjective like gusty winds, gusty decision, gusty act. Moving further, now looking at the other phrase that I have highlighted here is edges past. Edges past, India edges past New Zealand. Now, edge past is a phrasal verb that is used to convey that some team or someone narrowly surpassed or outperformed the opponent. So, it is used very commonly in sports, in competitions to say that one competitor has outperformed another narrowly with just a small margin. Let's use it in sentences. The team edged past their rivals with a last minute goal. That means at the last minute they secured a goal and they edged past their rivals. That means they outperformed their rivals. He edged past his competitor in the final round of debate competition. So in the final round, that means till the last round it was neck to neck competition. But in the final round, the winner, he secured a better position, he outperformed, he defeated his opponent. Reading further into the article, the skipper leads from the front with a blistering innings while Shreyas Rahul weigh in with crucial contributions after the spinners restrict New Zealand to 251. Bracewell's all-round show in vain. Now, blistering here is used to describe the innings. So that means it is an adjective. So here it means extremely fast, intense. So that means here the innings were very intense. The runner finished the race at a blistering pace. Blistering pace, blistering here means extremely fast pace. So in an article, the word blistering was describing the innings as intense. Here in this sentence, blistering is describing the speed as extremely fast. Let's look at another sentence. The coach gave a blistering speech after the team's poor performance. Blistering speech. Here, blistering speech means very intense speech that included a lot of criticism. So, blistering here can be used as defining something that brings intense criticism. So we have learned the usage of blistering in three ways. One is to describe intense innings, another is extremely fast pace. Third one is the speech that has a lot of criticism. Let's read further. So Rahul weigh in with crucial contributions. Weigh in means to add, to contribute to something. It can be used to talk about debates, discussions, or some acts. Here it is a sports act where Rahul contributed. So this phrasal verb can be used to talk about debates and discussions also. Say, the expert weighed in on the climate change debate. This means the expert shared his opinion. He put forth his opinion on climate change in the debate. Feel free to weigh in if you have any thoughts on this video lesson. So that means you are free to share your opinion about this video lesson in the comment section. The next one is crucial contributions. Crucial is something that is of extreme importance. So here Rahul's contribution, his efforts and his inputs were extremely important for this win. His crucial contributions helped the company secure the deal. Now the next word is after the spinners restrict New Zealand to 251. Now restrict word here means when we try to limit or control something. So the spinners, they try to control the score here, that is 251. Let's use this word in our everyday English context. The new law restricts smoking in public places. That means it tries to control smoking in public places. His injury restricted his movement during the match. So the injury, it is limiting his movement during the match. Now the next key phrase is show in vain. Here we are talking about the show, that is the show of this cricket. It was in vain. In vain means when you put in a lot of efforts but they are of no use. When you put in a lot of efforts but they are of no use, they do not bring the desired result, then you can say that your efforts were in vain. Here this cricket show was in vain. Here the all-round performance of Bracewell, the show that he put up, it was all in vain. That means it did not bring the desired results. Let's read the article further. Expectations can be double-edged sword in elite sport. The pre-tournament favorite team or an athlete winning a title could be taken for granted, while failure could invariably attract intense criticism. Now, double-edged sword. Double-edged sword is used, this expression is used to describe something that has pros as well as cons. Something that has advantages as well as disadvantages. Social media is a double-edged sword. It connects people but also invades on their privacy. So it has its advantages as well as disadvantages. Now let's look at another sentence here. His promotion turned out to be a double-edged sword as it brought more stress. That means promotion brought an increase in the position in company, but it also brought a lot of stress. The next word that I have highlighted here is elite sport. Now you can use elite as an adjective as well as a noun. You can use it to describe privileged class of people. Privileged class of people who have some edge over the other individuals. As a noun, it can be used to define highly skilled workers or a group. Here it's calling the sport elite. That means elite sport, the sport of highly skilled sportsmen. Only an elite group of scientists worked on the project. Here, elite group of scientists means the highly skilled group of scientists. Let's read further. The pre-tournament favorite team or an athlete winning a title could be taken for granted, while failure could invariably attract intense criticism. Now this phrase, taken for granted, it's an idiom that is used to talk about situations where people fail to appreciate, fail to value the things that they have. So use this idiom whenever you want to talk about the situations where people don't realize the value of what they have. She felt taken for granted at her company after years of hard work. That means the company failed to appreciate her value, what they had after years of her hard work. We often take good health for granted until we fall sick. That means until we fall sick, we don't realize how valuable good health is. India was in this unenviable situation, but over the course of the last 3 weeks, the men in blue went about their business in clinical and methodical fashion to emerge triumphant, beating New Zealand by 4 wickets in a pulsating summit clash at the Dubai International Stadium on Sunday, March 9, 2025. Now, unenviable situation. Unenviable situation. Let's break this word unenviable first. Unenviable is the opposite of enviable. Now, enviable is something that brings out jealousy. Unenviable means something that doesn't bring out jealousy. Now, what doesn't bring out jealousy? That means the situation is not very favorable or it is not a very desirable position. So this Team India was in a very non-desirable position before. Let's use this phrase in everyday English context. Managing a failing business is an unenviable situation. That means it is not desirable to be in a situation where you have to manage a failing business. He found himself in an unenviable situation when both friends asked for help. That means he didn't want to help them, or it was not a very desired situation. Maybe he didn't have the means to help them. So he found himself in an unenviable situation when both friends asked for help. Now, the next phrase is over the course. Over the course means over a period of time. So it can be used to describe events that unfold over a period of time. So how something changes over a period of time. So over the course of the last 3 weeks. So that means over the period of last 3 weeks, the men in blue went about their business. Went about their business is another phrase, another expression that is the past form of go about one's business. So when somebody goes about their business, that means they are continuing to do their work or follow their routine unaffected by any criticism or by any discussions. So over this period of time, the men in blue, the Team India, they continued to do their routine, to follow their routine and kept working towards achieving this victory. Let's use it in everyday sentences. She went about her business as if nothing had happened. So that means she did not care about anything and she continued doing her work. The employees went about their business in spite of the power outage. So the power outage did not have any impact on the work that they were doing and they continued to do their work. The next phrase here is clinical and methodical fashion. Now fashion means manner. Here fashion means manner. So clinical means precise and efficient manner and methodical means strategic, which uses some strategy. So here the Team India kept working, kept doing their business in a very efficient, very precise and very strategic manner. Emerge triumphant. Emerge triumphant. Triumphant means when you become victorious, when you win over something. Emerge. So when you come out as victorious, win or succeed at something, you can say that you have emerged triumphant. After months of struggle, she emerged triumphant. That means she succeeded after months of struggle. The next phrase is pulsating summit clash. Now here clash is competition. Summit means highest, the peak point. Pulsating means pulsating comes from the term when there is a lot of excitement, your heart starts beating fast. So that means your pulses are high. So it's pulsating. So the full phrase pulsating summit clash means so a thrilling and intense final competition. So the phrase pulsating summit clash means intense, thrilling, final or high stakes competition. The pulsating summit clash kept the fans on the edge of their seats. The election was a pulsating summit clash between two strong candidates. That means it was till the final round, it was a very thrilling and exciting competition and it had high stakes. So that was all about today's news article. I hope that you added some new words and phrases to your lexical and you are going to use them in your everyday English conversations. If you have liked this lesson, then please hit that like button. Don't forget to share it with your friends. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I urge you to push that subscribe button. I'll see you next time with another video lesson. Till then, happy learning.